reason. Will you open your eyes? It's a wonder what you'll find with an open mind. You may be surprised. Yeah, gotta get away from this illusion for the sake of the world. This delusion, it's gotta go.
Avast me hearties, and be welcome to another seafaring episode of the Atheist Experience. I be your host, Captain Russell Glasser, and here with me is the scurviest scallywag ever to hoist a sail, Grim Martin Wagnerbeard.
Arr, and stuff.
Today be Sunday on the 19th day of September, and it also happened to be International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Shiver me timbers! This be a live call-in public access atheist television show based in the landlocked city of Austin, Texas. We take calls from scalawags all across the 7 seas. The Atheist Experience be sponsored by the Atheist Community of Austin, a non-profit educational organization promoting positive atheism and the separation of church and state.
And rum!
Aye!
Aye. Arr.
You can find out more by navigating your vessel over to www.atheist-community.org. When you do, be sure to check out our FAQ page. This show be live every Sunday from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Central Time on Austin Access Channel 16. Oh no, I lost track of screw it.
I
had more, but I think
that's the hell of it.
that's quite enough. Thank you very much.
Well, I thought you were going to just do that the whole time.
Okay, let's never do that again.
Ow.
Okay, so if you'd like to watch us outside of Austin, you can check out www.atheist-experience.com and click on live stream at the top of the page. You can also participate in the chat room. You can find audio and video from past episodes. If you click on archive, you'll see a link to all the downloads and the podcast. The nonprofits should be coming back any day now.
They say
Or
yes.
any week now. Check out nonprofitsradio.com. Weekly meetings for the Atheist Community of Austin are hosted at Romeo's on Barton Springs Road from 11:30 to 1 every Sunday except for the first Sunday of the month when we host our lecture series at the Austin History Center. And next month's lecture will be October 3rd, and it's something about Darwin. You can join us for grub right after this here program.
Arr!
Threadgill's Restaurant, 301 West Riverside Drive in South Austin, starting at 6:30 p.m. You can get 3 sheets to the wind on grog at the Dog and Duck Pub located at the corner of 17th and Guadalupe every Thursday. And you can get in touch with us at TV at atheist-community.org or check out our blog at atheistexperience.blogspot.com.
Yes.
And most importantly, there still be more seats for oarsmen.
It's
at
not the
the
same when you
Austin
don't
Bat
do the
Cruise.
voice. It's
What?
just not the same when you don't do
All
it. Yeah.
Oh, I failed.
No.
All right. More. So there's more room on the Austin Bat Cruise, which is going to be awesome, and it's going to be next Saturday. So if you haven't booked your seat, then check out the ACA calendar or products page and join us.
Indeed.
And there we go.
Okay. Here we are.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
I brought my doubloons and everything.
Yeah.
How's the calls looking?
Well, we got a couple up there. We can do that, or we can play a little more WoW. It's up to you.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's go right.
Just going to calls,
right
because
ahead
it's that
to
kind of day.
Aaron at San Antonio, Texas.
Aaron.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
You're on.
Are you there?
Aaron?
Aaron.
Lost him already?
All right.
Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
you're back. Aaron?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us at all, Aaron?
Is there a problem with the phones? We're going to put Aaron back on hold.
I appear to be
and
on.
then we're going to try him again later, and we're going to see if this problem is with other lines. Sorry, Aaron.
Sorry, Aaron. Sorry. That was strange.
All right, we're going to try Randy in Houston. Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Something is.
Oh, boy.
It's not working today.
It's definitely going to be one of those days. Okay, stay on the line.
Well, great.
Now we're feeding back.
It's going to be one of those days. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't we just try to wing it with some of these, because we have questions already.
Do you want to? I mean, we've got, like, news
Well,
that we could talk about. Stop that.
guys.
Hello?
This.
What's going on?
Are you being attacked in there? There's like orcs rampaging and like killing you all, and you. Okay, right. Well, we can do a little news.
All right,
And then,
so,
yeah, come back
Pope
to some of that
Benedict.
because there's stuff going on in the world.
See, this is why I come up with news that I don't think we'll wind up using.
Oh, okay. Because you never know.
In case
when,
of emergency, you never
such
know.
as.
Such as Pope Benedict going to England this week and basically declaring war on atheist extremism, by which I guess he means us. So we've got, a pretty powerful enemy in our hands.
No, once you're buggering kids, don't you kind of lose the right to accuse anybody of anything extreme?
Well, now be fair. I don't know that Benedict himself has ever buggered.
Oh,
any
no,
kids.
no. He's just, been covering
Covering
it
it
all
up.
Yes,
Yeah.
and enabling and all of that kind of stuff.
Benedict XVI used the first papal state visit to Britain to launch a blistering attack on atheist extremism and aggressive secularism, and to rue the damage that the exclusion of God, religion, and virtue from public life has done in the last century. Such as?
Like.
The leader of the Roman Catholic Church concluded a speech made before the Queen and assembled dignitaries at the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh with the argument that the Nazi desire to eradicate God had led to the Holocaust, and a plea for 21st century Britain to respect its Christian foundations. Oh, shoot. And here's me without my big list of Hitler quotes.
Well, you mean the one where he talks about eliminating all teachings of Darwin's theory, eradicating all groups.
Right. He shut down a bunch of atheist groups.
Well, yeah,
he
just
declared
anything that was set up to ridicule or be critical of the Christian faith got banned in 1933. So.
Right. He was in real tight with the Pope at the time.
So
he said that by
this is all
defeating the Jew.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I can't get too angered by this kind of nonsense because it's. Well, I mean,
Standard apologist crap.
Well, it's not only that, but this is very specifically and very obviously an incredibly lame bit of pay no attention to the pedo behind those robes, a bit of dodging of responsibility for what everyone is calling them out on, which is the whole sexual abuse scandal that goes back decades, and all the way back to the beginning of the 20th century and maybe even further.
I don't know. I mean, whether or not there are child abuse scandals, they always blame us for everything.
No, but this is very specific and it's very. But this is very specific and it's very timed. It's very obvious that when the Pope, who is facing this horrible scandal, comes out and says something like this, it's very obviously meant to distract people, to be like, oh yeah, okay, well gosh, we did all this bad stuff and we're sorry about it, but gee, isn't it nice that we're not like those atheists?
Is he facing that scandal right now more than ever? I mean, has anything changed since he became Pope?
Well, for the very first time, he has come out and very specifically, pointedly addressed it. Now, he hasn't addressed it in any way beyond to say, gosh, we're really kind of sorry that this happened and we're embarrassed, and boy, this sure is all embarrassing. And that's just been a very weak and I think very dishonest series of apologies. Or it may even be honest. I mean, he may genuinely be, starting to feel the shame of this whole series of events. But the point is, as several victims organizations have said, we don't want the Pope to just come out and say he's sorry. We want the Pope, that's great that he's sorry, but we want a Pope who's going to do something. What the Pope needs to be saying is, yes, the Holy See and the Vatican, we are going to communicate with international law enforcement. We're going to root out every single priest who has ever done this. If they're still alive, we're going to defrock them, and then we are going to participate. We're going to assist law enforcement in bringing these people to trial. That's what the Pope needs to be saying. He doesn't need to be saying, gosh, well, the church has really been humbled and humiliated in this whole affair, and we're hoping that that's good enough.
Right.
Because it's not.
And by the way, whenever the topic comes up,
he's looking for an easy target, an easy victim, that he assumes other people hate. To sort of say, well,
easy targets. But I got to point out,
except
every
he's in
time
England.
this topic comes up about, well, yes, and home of Richard Dawkins and birthplace of Christopher Hitchens.
Yeah, and where religion is is very minor part of the.
Right, and I got to point out, anytime this topic comes up of atheist extremism, that what they mean by that is exactly what Richard Dawkins is doing, which is going around saying, "Oh, that doesn't make any sense."
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, as religious extremists go, they have to stretch pretty hard. If people paid more attention to us, I would have us in that category where we're here arguing with people about their religion. That's what they mean by extremism. Right.
Yeah, just the fact that there are now more and more vocal groups coming out saying we don't believe this stuff, we think it's rubbish. Well, and by the way, we think churches are bad and often do bad things.
Yes.
That alone is enough of an affront to, you're looking at a group of people who have enjoyed a great deal of privilege.
What was that?
This is just, today is, what is up, guys? We're looking at a bunch of people who have been enjoying this privilege for centuries and centuries, suddenly finding that the privilege is no longer there.
Right.
It's no longer automatically taken for granted by the public. Just because they're wearing robes and dog collars doesn't mean that they're automatically being accorded this respect that's higher than, other secular members of society. And they aren't very happy about that whole situation. So.
Okay, let us see
It's just
if
lame.
they have
Okay.
managed to fix the phones, and try again with Aaron in San Antonio. How's that working, Aaron?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now.
Oh,
Excellent.
good. Well
Okay.
done, crew. Yes.
Great. What's
I
on your
kind of had
mind?
an observation that I wanted to kind of present, and it was kind of like a parallel to the way that I kind of justified my atheism towards the beginning when I was a teenager. And one of those things was I would use kind of social examples of why I don't espouse to, let's say, Christianity in particular. And one of those things was the way I would justify it to my peers, because, roughly, 90 to 95% of Americans are espoused to some kind of religious belief, in particular Christianity. And one of the things that I would say was, well, you know what? I don't want to carry on the legacy of those who brought that religion to these shores, because not only did they bring God, they also brought slavery, genocide, oppression, et cetera, et cetera. And so why would if I reject all of those things, why would I then accept the God in which they committed a lot of those atrocities in name? And I kind of felt that it provided me cover. And I know that's not the best answer, but it got me to a point where I could feel to where I could now say, I'm at a point in my life where I can say, reason and logic are the best answers as to why I deny the existence of God. But in the beginning, when I couldn't really verbalize that, or didn't have an understanding of science and reason and logic, that was kind of the answer that I gave. And I wanted to ask you guys, how do you think, kind of using a double-edged sword, when you're approaching people, yes, you want the best answer for not believing, for not espousing to a religion is reason and logic. But also look at the social implications of what it is you believe, and why would you carry on the legacy of those people?
Here's something I think you have to watch out for, which is you're slipping dangerously close to fallacy territory and saying, there are these people in Group A who did bad things and believed something, and because they did bad things, all of Group A should be dismissed. I mean, it's a kind of ad hominem fallacy.
I think it's a tu quoque, I think.
Tu quoque. What does that one mean?
I think it has to do with, because you're not living in such a way as to reflect the beliefs you claim to espouse.
Right.
Therefore, obviously, the beliefs you claim to espouse just must be false or something.